Another episode of Andy Drinks Beer, the show where Andy drinks beer in his messy ass garage. Today we have Clown Shoes Clementine White Ale. Yeah. Straight out of Ipswich, Massachusetts. It is a 6% ABV. Could not find the IBUs, except since it's going to be a wheat beer, I'm guessing it's going to be pretty low, pretty smooth on the old IBUs. And of course, anytime you mention any sort of white ale or a wit beer, you think of, oh, Blue Moon. How about Blue Moon? It's going to be a Blue Moon. That's actually going to be our starting point as well. So, looking at it, got a nice golden brown, almost orangish. Maybe it's because of the Clementine in the name. I'm already predisposed to think this is gonna be orange. How about some orange? And I wish I had a slice of orange could dunk right in there. Except let's just taste the beer for how it is. So right away, the smell. I mean, it's a little less cloudy, a little less opaque than a Blue Moon. But let's give her a little taste, eh? Ooh, now it's got some low-level sweetness. It doesn't knock you out, but even if this was just called a white ale, it didn't have the Clementine name in it, you could be like, yeah, there's a lot of citrusiness going on, and it's different than most citrus in beers, where sometimes it's really like, like a shandy. This is a lot more subtle, and especially with the weather getting a little bit colder here in Minnesota in the fall, this is nice, where you get the citrusy, you feel like, oh, we're not going to get scurvy, except it's also not just completely overpowering or knock you on the ass. It's got some coriander notes, it's not overwhelming there, and, I mean, there's just a lot of good subtleness to this one. I've always wanted to do that. Yeah, it's, I'm trying to put my finger on it. It's like, well, let's have another sip. It's just very smooth. Like there's very little bitterness. Like you get almost no hops, which from time to time I find refreshing. And number one, is this crushable or sipper? This thing is crushable. Like this thing is a very crushable beer. You could easily go through a number of these without getting tired of the flavor. And it's got an interesting juxtaposition because, like we said, it's got the citrusy, so you think warmth, you think springtime, you think sunshine, except this is a very fall beer. I could see you having a couple of these on Saturdays while watching all the college football games, and you feel like you're good to go there. Number two, food. I always think that citrusy beers really lends itself to spicy foods, where something where you're going to have some citrus involved, whether it be, think of like some spicy Korean food, some spicy Chinese food, or tacos, obviously, where it just a little spritz of citrus in the dish is always going to bring out a little bit more something in the dish, and pairing it with a citrusy beer, which is quite refreshing, by the way. I mean, that just adds more to the food. Number three of our criteria, compare this to a movie or TV show. I mean, you might have to go like Little Miss Sunshine, where it's critically acclaimed, it's not overly complicated. I mean, it's not, I was going to say saccharine sweet, that describes the movie, but not this though, but it's just a nice little bright, 0-calorie ray of sunshine, although I think there's 160 calories in this one. Also, I got the beer mustache going on. Yeah. The wife doesn't care for it, but whatevs. Number four, what does this remind me of? This does remind me of, well, we were just camping over the weekend, and we had a couple of Blue Moons sitting around the campfire, along with passing something else around the campfire. It was nice, just catching up, BSing, cracking wise, and this is the beer that reminds me of that, and it's a nice fall beer, where except it doesn't clunk you over the head. Like it's not hoppy and heavy like some Oktoberfest beers. It's not gimmicky like pumpkin spice blah blah blah. This is just a very solid fall winter beer that you can drink all year round, and I can see why it's so popular. Also, it's freaking clown shoes, man. I actually think I prefer this to Blue Moon. It's Blue Moon. It has a little bit more coriander for my taste. It gives it a little bit bitterness. It almost it's almost like they throw you into a Moroccan spice shop. You know what I mean? But this is just smooth. Like, take all the best parts of Blue Moon, just smooth and good. So on our rating scale, 1 to 10 Reuben Studders, how does Clown Shoes Clementine White Ale stack up? I'm gonna go 10. I find zero faults in this beer, and it's flavorful, it's delicious, it's refreshing. It'll pair well with food. Like, you could have this at the tailgate too. You know, this with a couple of kielbases or a couple of brats, delicious. And it's good. It is really friggin' good. Hats off to you, Clown Shoes Brewing, and yeah. Cheers to that. Hit us up on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button right there. Like us on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. All at Andy Carlson Show. Prost.